I'm in 1101 Cell Animation Tool Overview. One very special feature that Duik has located in the animation toolbox up here is the Cell Animation tool right here. This tool gives us a small interface that lets us more easily create traditional animation or cell animation here in After Effects using the brush tool. In this mini project, I'll be creating a quick and simple bouncy ball animation loop with the cell animation tools. Each composition in this chapter folder has my progress saved as I go in case you wonderful learners out there would like to just pick up somewhere in the middle of the animation action. But I encourage you to follow along as we go and animate whatever you'd like within your own composition. First things first though, let's take a quick look at the cell animation menu and what we've got to work with here. The new cell button up top creates a new solid or a new cell with the paint effect applied to it already so we can do our drawing on it. By default, single layer is unchecked. So this button will create a new solid when we click on it with that paint effect for each new cell. I'm going to go down here and hit E so we can see the paint effect. So if the single layer button here is checkmarked, it will not create new cells. It will just create a new instance of the paint effect on a previous cell. If there are no cells in the timeline, it will try to apply the paint effect to whatever layers we have in here. So when you make your first cell, make sure that you have this unchecked to create a new cell. Below that, we have our onion skin settings. Onion skins are basically copies of animations created on previous frames that show up on the current frame but are slightly transparent. This gives a nice reference of previous and upcoming frames for animation. We can set the number of onion skin frames right here and the opacity of the frames before and after the current frame right here. I'm going to open this up a little bit more so we can see all this text down here. Below here, we have the Get Current Onion Skin and Apply Onion Skin. So if we want to apply the same onion skin settings to another cell, we can click on the Get Onion Skin and go to the other cell and click Apply Onion Skin. Below this, we have the animation exposure amount and the previous frame and next frame buttons. The exposure amount determines how many frames each drawing will remain on screen. It's set to 2 currently, so as you animate with it, playback will look more like 12 frames per second in this 24 frames per second composition. When it comes to the frame buttons, it's advised to always use these 2 buttons to move back and forth while drawing with a cell animation. Pressing these buttons will not only move you along the timeline, but will also enact the script to automatically adjust the duration of the brushstrokes you're creating. So yeah, it's important and very helpful. I'm just going to go ahead and delete anything that I created in this example, and that looks good. So this is the cell animation menu and tools within it. Now let's start animating old school traditional cell style.